First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. Also, the true Holy Black Messiah, the King of Kings, royalty himself, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Also, the final father, the truth out of one West. This fallen kings come over and get you another lesson. The name of this class is going to be the unequal system. An unequal system is going into the depths of the wickedness of America and how this country and how this society and how everything was ran and built off slavery. And there's going to be a very short lesson here. And I'm going to start off in the book of Deuteronomy, the chapter 28 chapter, and I'm going to pick it up at verse 30, and I'm going to precept it with verse 32. And by the way, how did this land become the most richest land on the face of this earth? By the way of the slave trade. This is from everything from the inventions that we didn't get credit for. Like some of the inventions they stole from George Washington Carver. They even stole some of his patents. I was doing a bar study on him a while back on how many inventions that they stole from the blacks and slapped their name on it. So on top of free slave labor. So further, let me get right to the scripture. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30. And I'm going to pick it up right here. It says, okay, yeah, Salakia. King James Version. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, Israel. I had to straighten up my screen. It's still kind of acting up a little bit. Okay, here we go. It says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. When did that happen? During the time of slavery. And even now, those curses, it's funny, some of those curses are still on us to this day. It says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and this is the part I want to get to. Thou shalt build in house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Like, for instance, the White House. If you look at the history of the White House, it was slaves who built the initial White House in Washington, D.C. But we're not able to live in there. You know, that just shows you some of the benefits that this society had on slavery, that they benefited from slavery. It says, thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof. That means that's going into like the cotton, the vineyards. I mean, they used us for everything on slavery: wine, cotton, corn, oats, like your oatmeal. They used stuff for tobacco. They used us for lumber. You know, they had lumber. They had slaves carrying out lumber to build some of these shacks and stuff and homes and stuff for the slave master. So they benefited tremendously from our downfall. All right, and that's why I said the name of this class is an unequal system. This system is unequal. And then you go to the store. I mean, Falaki, you go to the bank or go to any place to get any resources or help economically, and they look at you like you were the fool, and you built this country. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. It says, thou son and thou daughter should be given into another people. How did America get rich? Reading it now. That thou son and thou daughter should be given to another people, and thy eyes should look and fail with longing of them all the days of all the day long. Salakia. And let me read it right. And Salakia. Thou sons and thou daughters should be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand. Meaning that why? We didn't have no military. Like right now, we don't have no military. Our people get killed on the highways and byways every day when you watch the news. We don't have no might. Like when they killed the George Floyd case, we didn't have a military to defend us at that time. Feel me? And we had to hope and pray for this crooked justice system to give us justice. And what's another part? And our sons and daughters are given to another people. You know, that's doing slave trade, and that's how this whole economy that you see quote unquote. That's what they call it. In the old English terms, they call it the transatlantic slave trade because it really means what it says. The transatlantic. The word trans. Let's get that real quick. I want to get that in the definition. I'm gonna get this last verse and I'm gonna close out. Let's get the definition of a trans. Let's get the definition of transatlantic. Translated crossing concerning the countries of both sides. This is the definition. Transatlantic concerning countries of both sides of the Atlantic, meaning they traded with back and forth with different countries. It says concerning countries of both sides of the Atlantic, meaning from coast to coast. They made a world economy off the back of the slavery, off the backs of slaves. And I'm gonna close it. I heard the book of Revelation. That's why this system is got to get judged, because why? This system is unequal. We don't benefit nothing from this society. Just because you got $1 million or $1 billion in the bank, they still label you as a second, third class citizen. All right. And also stole the land from the Native American Indians too. So they slaved us. First, they took the Native Americans from the land. Then they enslaved us to build the land. That's what the name of this lesson is, an unequal system. It's unequal. Let me wrap it up here in the book of Revelations, and I'm going to close it out. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 3. That's why everyone's going to get judged for their hand in the slavery. For all nations have, Revelation 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, meaning they all took hand in the electric slave trade. For all have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornications with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich, meaning this country become a $1 trillion country off the back of America, off the back of slaves through the slavery that was in America. Salakia. Each have committed fornications with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. What's the delicacy? We built the frankincense, the oil, the silks. They had us to cut down all type of delicate things, wine. They even had we watched I forgot Rose College. Rose College was used to they used slaves to get the diamonds from the soil. When you look up that history, but I don't want to make this lesson too long. But yeah, so this place got to get judged by a higher power, which is the Most High, and His holy person Yahweh, Most High, which is Yahweh, and His holy person Yahweh Shah. This place got to get judged by the higher power and His holy person Yahweh Shah. This place got to be judged because this place is built off straight wickedness and oppression. And I pray that the Most High brings swift destruction. And I pray the Most High continue to bless and give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Further ado, I'm going to wrap it up. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, and His holy precious Son, the true black Messiah, the King of Kings, royalty himself, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. And also to the Father, the true Father, the one West. On this Father Kings, come over and get you with the lesson. Follow them and not forgotten. Shalom.